Hi, welcome and good morning. Welcome and good morning. We'll run with that. Welcome to our day 10 yoga challenge. It's November 10th. It is chilly out. We had 2 days of nearly 70-degree weather, and I got a lot accomplished. Today's theme was assess. As a 40-year-old woman, sometimes you just develop aches and pains. And he used to say, don't grow old, Carrie. It's a real bummer. And I'm starting to understand that a little bit. Not that I mind maturing and getting older, but you find out that things don't always work the way that you want them to work. So I thought today would be a really great day. Having some weird bruises that I don't know how to know where I got them from, I thought today would be a really great day just to sit down and assess where our bodies are today. And in focusing on a self assessment, I had four yamas and niyamas come to mind. The two internal affects, the niyamas that I felt were strongest today, are santosha, being content. We have to be content with our bodies, with what they can and cannot do. We have to respect those. And in understanding where our bodies are in the moment, that requires self study or svadhyaya, which we talked a little bit about yesterday. And it's really important for us to honor what we can and cannot do. I think of the yamas, ahimsa and abhigraha. I hope I said that right. So with ahimsa, it's that concept of avoiding harm, avoiding harming others, avoiding harming ourselves. We've talked about this before. And ahimsa, when we're thinking about checking in with how our body is functioning in a given moment, that shows that we care about taking care of what we have, that we are interested in making sure we don't harm ourselves, and that practice of apigraha, that we're not attached. That's the idea of non-attachment. That our happiness isn't connected to what we can't or cannot or can or cannot do. And in taking a step back from pushing ourselves in that mindset of being constantly building and growing, we are in a capitalistic society. There is that constant push and demand that we are building and generating wealth for others. And in honoring what your body can and cannot do and taking control of that, even if it's just in a yoga practice, that speaks volumes to your own self worth and your commitment to ahimsa and your commitment to understanding your limits. What does that mean for neurodiverse folks to practice ahimsa, abhigraha, santosha, svadhyaya, and do a slower yoga practice that stays within our body limits? Well, first of all, it doesn't promote ableism. Every person, every body has their own limits. For neurodiverse folks, it means that you are slowing down and giving yourself space to acknowledge where you are in the moment. A lot of us have neuropathy problems where we experience a lot of difficult to explain pain in our bodies, and pain in our mental and social health as well. Sometimes it's really difficult to communicate with others how we are feeling in a moment, or how our reactions are super big in a moment, where sometimes we are able to manage those reactions easier than others. So taking a step back and being able to disassociate yourself from the situation, whether it's a yoga practice, a social situation, reading the news, being able to take a step back and assess that is important for our well-being. I don't know if I really have a good story time for today's practice. I had alluded to my grandfather who had said don't grow old, but that one always that always had me thinking about, what is the alternative though? And we have a lot of knowledge that's gained in growing old, and in doing today's practice, I feel that it gives me an opportunity to model listening to my body and knowing my limits. I know I'm not a 16-year-old. I know I don't have like weird 16-year-old flexibility anymore. Um, but that doesn't mean that we shouldn't strive to do better, strive to improve ourselves continuously. And that is from a multi-layered perspective as well. That's just not physical striving to improve your health, your mobility, but also intellectually growing your critical thinking skills, striving to interact with others in a healthier way, interacting online from a place of diffusion rather than assuming that everyone is out to get you. So, being able to take a step back and assess a situation is deeply important. And I think slowing down, practicing slowing down in whatever capacity you can helps you bring more awareness to a situation. It helps you to practice svataya, that, self. It also helps to with tapas as well, self discipline. It all ties in together. Helps you diffuse a situation, practice non attachment, practice not harming. So I'm going to leave it there for today. In the comments below, let me know what aspect of your life you have difficulty taking a step back and assessing from an objective perspective, tying into apigraha, non-attachment. So I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Enjoy November 10th, and I'll see you tomorrow.